Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for Atlanta Business Radio. Brought to you by OnPay, Atlanta's new standard in payroll. Now, here's your host.
Lee Cantor here, another episode of Atlanta Business Radio, and this is going to be a good one. But before we get started, it's important to recognize our sponsor, OnPay. Without them, we could not be sharing these important stories. Today on Atlanta Business Radio, we have Josh Stech with Sundae. Welcome, Josh.
Hey, thanks for having me, Lee.
Well, before we get too far into things, tell us about Sundae. How are you serving folks?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and thanks so much for having us on. So Sundae is a marketplace for homes that need love. And, you know, what we do is we connect sellers of homes that are in maybe a dated condition, maybe even a little damaged. They're not really ready for the MLS and a realtor and, you know, an end buyer. They need to undergo some repairs before they're ready for that. We connect those sellers with thousands of local property investors to make sure that the seller gets the highest price. So, you know, our mission is to help homeowners get the best outcome when it's time to sell a home that needs love, that is not ready for the market, but that, you know, needs to be sold quickly without contingencies and no hassle, no showings, you know, just a simple process.
So what are those folks doing now prior to Sundae?
Yeah, well, this is, you know, really where Sunday's mission, I think, becomes very important for people to hear. And I appreciate you offering this platform for us to share. You know, right now, the alternative is really, it's terrible. And so what happens is there is a middleman called a wholesaler. And these wholesalers act as cash buyers. But really what they're doing is putting these properties under contract for a very low price, which leaves room for them to then go find a real property investor and put a large fee on top of that contract price. And then ultimately, the real buyer closes. And this is what's called equity skimming. These wholesalers are preying upon homeowners that are in a, you know, tight spot that need to sell a home quickly in as-is condition. And they are really fleecing them and robbing them of the opportunity to take out the equity that they've spent a lot of time and energy and money, frankly, building up in their home over often 10 or 20 or more years. So the alternative right now is, you know, give away tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. In the California markets, they get, you know, we see wholesalers taking $100,000 or more fees simply for a few hours of work. And what Sundae did was we said, there's no reason that homeowners should be paying such an egregious fee for a simple service. Why don't we create a marketplace with a transparent process? And why don't we charge the buyer a fee? Why in the world would we charge the seller a fee? And let's just make it easy and transparent. So the way that it's happening today, and it has for, you know, 100 or more years, is broken. And Sunday's the first marketplace that stepped in to fix it.
So now walk me through how this is going to work in a real life scenario. So I have a house and it's in disrepair and I have to get out of it. I have to move. Maybe I have another opportunity, but it's not, like you said, kind of real estate listing ready. I just go to Sundae.com and then take some pictures and put them up. Like what do I have to do?
Yeah, you know, so we try to take as much of the work off of the seller's shoulders as we can. So the first thing that we do is, you know, you speak with a customer advisor who truly is doing exactly that, advising you on your situation based on your property's condition and your personal circumstance. Is Sundae the right fit for you? And if the answer is yes, we immediately send a local market expert to your home, somebody who knows your neighborhood, who knows the Atlanta market, and who knows what investors are going to pay for the home. When we're visiting with you, we take pictures of the home. We do a 3D walkthrough of the home. We do a floor plan. We do the work that is going to be required in order for an investor on our platform to make a really strong offer on your property without ever stepping foot in the home. So one thing sellers love about Sundae is we're the only company to step foot in your home, and we're able to get you, you know, dozens of offers on your home within just a few days from local vetted property investors. Again, without all the burden of having showings and introducing them to your home and negotiating directly with them. We handle all of that interfacing with the customer. So the sort of simple answer: we visit your home, we do all the work to package it, we put it on our marketplace online, and that's where thousands of investors express interest by making offers on the home. We then give you a call and say, hey, great news. We have, 10 or 20 or sometimes 30 or more offers on your home. Let's just walk through the top one or two. And what's really easy about that process, Lee, is we standardize every term of the offer except price. And why that's important is, there are terms like, contingencies, meaning, there's an inspection contingency on the home or an appraisal contingency such that a buyer might be able to back out. We don't allow that. So on Sundae, there are no contingencies. So when you get an offer from an investor, that is rock solid. There's no way they can back out. We also make the buyer pay all the fees. So you aren't responsible for transfer taxes or the title fees or escrow, which if you're just dealing directly with property investors and not on Sunday's platform, they are likely going to push those fees to you. So by standardizing those, the conversation becomes pretty easy. It's, hey, Mr. Homeowner, thanks for trusting Sundae. We got you 12, 15 or more offers. The highest one is, let's say $200,000. And everything else is standardized. So that you should probably just go ahead and take that highest offer. And we can close as fast as 10 days, our buyers on our platform. Or you can take your time and take up to 60 or more days if you need a little time to get your house in order, so to speak, to move on to the next chapter of your life.
So now you have boots on the ground in all the markets you serve?
We do. It's a really important part of, in our mind, this is a people business, not a real estate business. And although the people that visit the home, which we call Sundae market experts, they are local to the market. As an example, the general manager of our Atlanta market, his name is Kevin, and he was born and raised here and has been doing real estate for more than 10 years. And really understands, the nuances of different neighborhoods and the value of the homes. And he knows our investor database intimately. So he knows, who's going to pay the most for the home, how they need it positioned in terms of pictures and videos. Yes, it's very important that we have a local team that is able to service our customers in Atlanta, because the reality is there are nuances and unique aspects to every market. Atlanta is not the same as Tampa, not the same as San Diego. And, we're in a few dozen markets now, and that's not the kind of thing you can do from a central office in a single city. We believe we need boots on the ground that are interfacing directly with these homeowners.
And then you're kind of advocating for the homeowner?
In a big way. We estimate that every single year, over 500,000 homeowners across the country sell a home in this category. And due to this wholesaling middleman that I described earlier, they're losing about $10 billion a year in hard-earned equity. And we just don't think that's fair. We think there's a better way to do this that gets the homeowner a better outcome, that gets property investors properties that need to be renovated, where, of course, they're going to make a few bucks on it as well. That's what makes the whole ecosystem go around. Sundae charges the buyer a modest fee for making the connection and facilitating the close. And so, we are truly on the side of the homeowner. We represent them as their agent. So we have a fiduciary obligation to get them the best outcome. So incentives are really aligned for us to make sure that Sundae is the right platform for the homeowner, that we do everything we can to get them the most bids, the highest prices, but also, work on their timeline. Some homeowners need to move, in a few days or a few weeks. And so, of course, we need to be conscious of not marketing the property for too long, although maybe we could get a slightly higher price. If that doesn't work for the timeline of the homeowner, we need to accommodate that. So, we are absolutely, Sundae is a homeowner first platform and advocate for these homeowners.
So now, for the listener out there who may not be aware that some of these wholesale opportunities are scams, can you share what kind of some of the way that they persuade homeowners? Like, what are the things to be on the lookout for?
Yeah, absolutely. The first is the most clear way of knowing that you're dealing with a wholesaler is the contract that they put in front of you to sign has what's called a right to be assigned, an assignment right. What that simply means is when you sign that agreement to sell to, ABC LLC, some company, they then will go market that contract and try to assign it to the real buyer and just charge a fee for doing it. So that assignment clause, homeowners in Atlanta, please be reading those contracts very closely. If there's an assignment clause, it means that it's likely a wholesaler you're dealing with, not the real buyer. Some of the tactics that you'll feel as a homeowner that'll probably, assure you that you are also dealing with somebody that's trying to take advantage of you would be high pressure sales tactics. One-sided contracts where they're putting all of the fees on you. They aren't incurring the fees themselves, like closing fees, title fees. The other tactics that I think are unfortunately only become obvious once you've signed an agreement with this person, but that are very unfortunate, is a bait and switch on price, which means that maybe they'll tell you $200,000 because they know that's what you want to hear. They'll sign the deal. They'll, 2 weeks later, and within their contingency period, which means they can back out with no fee, they will come back to you and say, you know what, I can't offer 200 anymore. It's going to be 180,000. And often what they'll do is they'll use fabricated inspection reports, believe it or not, where they'll send somebody over that's not a contractor or an inspector, but they'll tell you they are. They'll fabricate, a foundation issue or a roof issue, and they'll use that as justification for lowering your price. And unfortunately, that you only realize that when you're 2 weeks down the road and you're packing your boxes and you're getting ready for the move. And that's what they rely on, is that you are now committed. And so they can lower your price and you don't have options. So, it's hard to know. Here's what I would say, maybe even the easiest way to tell is just give Sundae a call. We're happy to take a look at the contract that you're considering signing, and we'll let you know if, we think it's likely a wholesale situation. And we'll also give you some other helpful facts on, what to look for to help avoid these things.
And then what kind of condition is my house that makes me a good candidate for Sundae?
Yeah, it's a combination of sort of two things. I think that the sellers that we serve benefit from an as-is sale, so you can leave behind whatever you want. Any condition will work for us, whether there's been a fire in the kitchen, a leak in the roof for a while, or it's just a home that hasn't been updated for 20 or 30 or 40 years, where stylistically it doesn't meet the preferences of today's home buyer. So whether it has some damage or it's just truly dated, that property condition does really well on Sundae. The other thing is that the sort of seller circumstance. If you need to move quickly, or you don't want the hassle of dozens of people coming through your home in order to get dozens of offers to make sure you get the highest price, if you want the reliability of non-contingent offers. And also one of the things that I think makes a seller right for us is if you would benefit from a cash advance. So Sundae provides up to a $10,000 cash advance before close, so that you can deal with some of the things that life is throwing at you, whether it's medical bills or moving expenses, whatever it is, you can use that for anything you want. So hopefully, Lee, that answered a bit of, those are the types of homes and the seller circumstances that Sundae does, really well for.
And if somebody wants to learn more about Sundae, what's the website?
www.sundae.com, and that's SUNDAE, like the ice cream sundae, sundae.com. And we're and there's a phone number on the website. You're welcome to either inquire through the form on the website or just pick up the phone and give us a call. We have a team that's standing by that knows Atlanta like the back of their hand. And again, whether you're a fit for Sundae or not, we'll be honest with you and we'll tell you what your options are. And if Sundae is the right route for you, and we really believe that, then we'll send somebody out to visit the home and we'll go from there.
Good stuff. Well, congratulations on all the success, Josh.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for that. My pleasure to be on. Happy to come on anytime, and just happy to be in Atlanta serving homeowners that need a better option. So thanks again for having us.
All right. This is Lee Cantor. We'll see you all next time on Atlanta Business Radio.